When included under the arts and sciences of knowledge, the phenomenal manifestation for the elements compose sounds, vibration, waves. He who knows how to blend the three will call forth the response of the superintendent power, the region god, the specific element needed. This is in the mind state of opinion, from the working tools of a brother mason, being a verb and not a noun. If one desires the craving of masonry, therefore he or she will have to look into themselves and the outer cells of their individuality. Without practice making perfect, how is one to know and to be valid in masonry? It's a road that most will travel in their destination within masonry. I. Please take into account, if you are within a fraternity of a well-disciplined brothers and sisters, it's our obligation to uphold and lift up others that are in need. Understand, we are all human and carry faults, for no one is perfect in God's eyes. But that does not stop us from trying to be the best we are at all times, especially as Masons. We are not to be closed but open to all that seek truth. As a Mason, we have to be the beacon of light for those that are in darkness, that they may see our conduct as truth. And in that truth, we must lead by example. Unfortunately, not all do. Therefore, we must have the mentality to understand the grammar we use with the rhetoric, understanding the logic, the arithmetic stretching out for the glory of geometry, to understand astronomy through the music that we give naturally in vibration. If only we will embrace it, love, listen, seeing. All are parts and angles of the same and yet opposite. The equal balance of creation and chaos. We all have the same number in a day. How do you choose to go about yours? It's in the individuality, meaning upon one's perspective and respective of movement, whether it's physical or mentally established within. I apologize, but who am I? I am that I have always been in nature, being without thought. I was instructed to have thought from the creation of being itself, with thoughts and being for the spirit, the soul, the soil, i.e. existing from nothing and everything surrounding, from the inner core to the outer verse in reverse, from which it comes back to existence as EXIstence. Therefore, the stance that I have exit from brings me back to who I am, what I am, in this now, present moment in time, in this realm. Creation of everything and nothing being empowered at once for sake of all, with no one being exempt from it at all, but to be true to whom all are, for the enlightenment of balance of all. Allow yourself to see, hear, feel, understand, and overstand, not just in one's life, but also in the way masonically living, with the mental health and the physicality of it all. This applies to all brothers and sisters of our beloved maternal and paternal respective universal family. The prime eye in between our left and right as if I in between eyes being singularity. 1 plus 1 equals 3. New of old in circulation. Who all was taught at 5? Wink that eye of your choice. Wisdom is the wise man's spoken words. Therefore, it's also a manifestation of the foundation, which is knowledge. But we covered that. Now we're talking about wisdom and understanding. So understanding is the best part of living mathematically. But that's geometry. My position to see the third to be a part of the third that sat between two that always knew that the third eye, that is which is in the mind, that pictures all that each one of us draws from, which is knowledge, then wisdom. That's kind of heavy in deepness if you ask me, but you know, it's just in our culture and everything with the freedom of to be. It takes understanding, it takes wisdom, it takes knowledge. But that's just 1, 2, 3, get off my father's apple tree, plus the Y factor, a even 4. I gave you 5 without seeing the 6 off the 7, but you did not know I still hold tonight a plus 11. But that's something else. Or is it the same? The powers that's listening and seeing find out their selves, equality of God's divine build, and or destroy. You're born with or you're born without. You died with or you died without the knowledge. For those that have eyes to see and ears to hear, it surrounds us all day, every day. And thy truth are aid from day to day. For they are today, you are today, we are today, I am today. Here as we are all here today because of the true balance of nature herself. Seeing fit to be the presence, having the present of the day today. So who will I be not to see that the universe loves us all universally? Remember the balance of everything? Now think about the I or I in between. What you see, think about the I in between both our eyes and ears. So you can hear. Can you hear? Here you can. I see. If you only choose to. So hard. Self-development of humans, achievement results. Once again I say, so hard. Self-development of humans, achievement results. Mind me or mind me not for my zigzag, for it has been designed with care for everything needed neatly within my bag. Thanks to the supreme architect for that one. And I must personally also say, A-E-O. And in these verses, it is made abundantly clear, God will meet your needs. These verses all touch upon how God wants you to be rich. Proverbs 23:5. Cast but a glance at riches and they are gone, for they will sure sprout wings and fly off to the sky like an eagle. Proverbs 28:20. A faithful man will abide with blessings, but whoever hastens to be rich will not go unpunished. 1 Philippians 4:19. And my God will meet all your needs accordingly to his glorious riches in Christ Jesus. No matter the faith of an individual, all scriptures and all holy vessels are according to the great works that the architect has put set forth. Matthew 7:7-12. Matthew 6:19-21. Philippians 4:13. Can you see where I'm going and where I have been with these scriptures? Therefore we must rise to be better, want better, to be better, whether it's spiritually, mentally, physically, or financially. We must rise with great attitude for the altitude in which the height may be risen, unmeasurable by any count of human beings. Therefore, the vast greatness of the supreme architect is yet higher consciousness unmeasurable. Can you use your spade on that of which I am saying? Kinetic energy, potential 5 layers plus, my brothers and sisters, being the verb being the movement of matter is vibrant vibration. Being a verb, therefore you must show action to see the results of reaction. So therefore, what good you put in is what good comes out. And thoughts being manifested, what you choose not to put in will not come out. At the same time, the outcome is the same in reverse because it shows movement of doing nothing. So therefore, you can't see nothing that has been progress at the same time. The movements of the show on action to speak louder than words. Made a change, whether it's good or bad, but yet who's to say? Being a verb is a constant movement as the universe constantly reinvents itself constantly and chooses to reuse its resources. So we as inhabitants and the children of the Supreme are here to do just that for the beauty of all. Universally, it is sadness but greatness to see others with low frequency, meaning their vibrations. It gives daily love and practices in one's Masonic life to be that beacon of light. To those that have no wants, feel no worth within, or simply didn't have the opportunity. So therefore, they shall not want and will not do anything. If you choose not to be a verb for that craves understanding as a Mason, you're running from yourself. And that's that fighting job. Keep on with this vibration that's also being a verb. Isn't that something? You will rise and be that verb. If there is a disturbing to you, the listener, the seer, good and bad, greatness and shame. Man, know thyself, as the Bible says, basic instructions before leaving earth, so that you can be that higher frequency. Therefore, you shall exceed and increase with one's mortality and the spirit of immortality of divine. To go deep is not to stay in the shadow ends of the water, where you feel comfortable enough to stand and yet not have to swim. We're talking about flotation, the movement, the verb of water itself. All shall take an account. Are you afraid because you know, or are you afraid because you know not? Or you choose not to do anything but stand. The everlasting flotation of life goes on and by and at any and all given times with nothing but movement within life itself. Ways of existence. My lovely listeners and seers, the craving of wisdom. Is it wise to see the whiz of dumb? Or is it placed to the dome, i.e. mind state? Hence the syllable of dome, without the E as it is explained with the whiz of them. From the dome or dumb, without the syllable of the word You are wise from the top, which is what's the domain of thoughts. So mote it be. For the Y or the alphabet letter Y is the question. Who wants to know? That's crazy. Only if you ask. But no one asks my opinion, but yet I will express my opinion, just in case who wants to know. Crazy. The point being existed after that half circle. But that's a different subject of that. Why am I speaking too fast or am I moving too slow? At the same time, am I moving too slow and moving too fast and talking too slow and fast? I don't know, it's just the flow of the craft that flows through us all, that shows the beauty within and the outer expression within it all. That's heavy as well, but then again, I am Brother Cash, but that's caring about situations heavily, enough to be born radically oppositional. The armor that shields you. This is a difficult but yet easy one for the individual, the armor that shields you, which is what strengthens you. What do you believe in that makes you have strength within you? What is that you act upon to strengthen you? The glamorous light or the shielding dart? That's duality also. But we are strictly talking about the armor that shields you. I can't answer it for you. You can't answer mine for me. It's just a shield that shields us. And if you look at it universally as the shield, the creation of the creator, from the creator of creation, given vast shields, meaning for those that choose to be within the shield, or be the shield itself. That's a sacrifice. Is it or is it not of one being selfless than selfish? It can be in greatness or it can be in less greatness. It's equal balance, yet once again, swimming for the what shields you, for the who, but for the what, and the what was the cause of that, the one that shields you. Do you put up your shield of material, or do you put up your shield for spiritual? Do you get not what you put in for the shield of protection, or yet have you shield of abundance and absorbance? I don't know your shield. Can you see what shield I use as I move and groove through these parts and arts and sciences that we crave and given? For the craving it was given. Hold on. We talked about that somewhere within as well. So we are listening. So we are seeing. So we are being in which it was unto us to be given. And understanding the seal within to hold the shield surrounding you and your daily endeavors. I'm just saying, Brother Cash caring about situations heavily that was born radical opposition, but that's I, with the shield surrounding me, putting the supreme first and giving me the full ability to be and move the way I need and desire with a pure heart for others to do the same, to return the same, but not all do the same. So therefore we are not to be of the same, but yet an oppositional of the same. What is your shield? Your shield that you choose to uphold and be. In conclusion, the shield of armor from the Creator is more protective than any and all. But those that choose to put their shields first, be the shield first from all that came in negativity in or opposite strength of their being, and reverse the same shield is there for our being, not to cross any bounds that should not be crossed amongst the hearts and elevation of the feather itself. Ayo, y'all. AEO. Therefore, your remarkability and who you are within a phenomenal being, interested in all that is phenomenally phenomenal, interesting. Isn't that and this something, or is that nothing yet also dealing with everything? We cannot get away from the one that split it and made two. It took two to make the one. Yet once again, that is also phenomenally interesting. To elevate is to see that the through thoughts and or intuition from thoughts of senses that came forth first, meaning one singularity, but yet divine for the split of one. I'm just saying once again, this is Brother Cash, caring about situations heavily, born radical, oppositional in nature or natural nature. And the mentality and the phenomenal being, that verb still reflects back to always moving forward and or backwards, pushing to exceed and succeed in every and anything that the vibration does and carry upon does. It has a strong drive that recognizes complexity and conquers it gracefully. Whoa. Properly planning prevents poor performance. Don't guess unless you want me to PIMP continuously. Don't be confused, that's just pushing in my progress. This is Brother Cash, y'all, caring about situations heavily. Consumption of capacity. What's on your plate? Eat enough, drink enough, carry your day. Being a night owl, doing it good to the morning today. In the Most High, I do pray. Understanding my duality, less I graved. More out of ignorance, the more I crave. The less I slaved. The intersect of my own intellect. Bishop said show enough, so I'm showing that. Standing on business, win with me or walk away. For your own sake, if you're gonna be fake, I don't part of stakes. Birdies and eagles when I fly away. The legacies I live is for tomorrow's today. It's surely gonna lead to brighter days. To my travels, may my travels lead to many, many things. Trying to lead a game, but where's my breaks? Time to think. Go with me as we drink the drink of thoughts. The thought of universal intake, again chaotic, but yet beautiful, beautiful to the day. Do you hear what I say, or my say isn't of which you choose to hear? This is just Brother Cash, caring about situations heavily. Once again, born radical oppositional. Why is that? Because I'm an original and not a native. I guess that's the reason why they hate us. Too passionate, so they play us. Take the awards and replace us. And wear the skins of our ancestors like gators. I'm keeping flame for your feathers. Utilizing your Megans and Heathers. Keep a cane also for your other fellas. Don't make me have to call on my brothers. Let's just not even bother. 1-on-1 when we talk, 2-on-2 when we walk. I had the feeling of that thoughts. From what I was taught, I see that you are chicken and I'm still not even the hawk. Lock eyes and bite, no time to bark. It's just Brother Cash, caring about situations heavily. Remember that, bro? Is that the same or a different code in my BRO? Caring about situations heavily, though. I love to travel with me. Let's continue to go and be freely, to keep and use the tools abundantly. For it is to be collectively, equal balance of being. Do you see the consumption of capacity with me, your brother, in every which way? Cash, caring about situations heavily. As the rhythm of 3, 6, 9 must be 3 plus 6 equals 9. The 9 plus 9 itself is 18. And plus the 1 in between, that makes 19. But suppress the 1 off the opposite side of the positive 1. Does that make sense? Or am I throwing the 1 in between everything that equals in existence? Whether seeing or not seeing, or ask the words that are being taught, forcing that 1. I'm numerology. Arithmetic leads to geometry, trigonometry, and beyond physics. It yet goes beyond the vibration, which is placed unto quantum physics. Let me slow my repability or myself in numerology. Craving neurology. That's just Brother Cash caring about situations heavily. Yet once again, my loved ones that are family and friends, it is imperative that you must finish what you start. So it comes from the mind and you do it from the heart. You will finish what you start. Don't just act a part, but be that part that makes the wheel of your life turn so you will make it to your destination freely with obstacles in the road. But yet, my brothers and sisters, carry on. For we know from thy works shall bring forth that pomegranate from the seeds that we plant unto her and to her for the employment of us all. To not be selfish, but to be plentiful. Therefore, we must spread that brotherly love. Not to forget about that sisterly hugs. With a step of desire, shows the faith of automatic suggestion. Specializing knowledge and imagination. Organized planning, decision, and persisting powers of the mind state. That you are the subconscious mind, the brain, the sixth sense. At the vision of eyes view, volume 2, I still bring unto you Psalms 104 and 30. We are loved so much that the Supreme has prepared Mother Earth for the habitation of man. Or did I just repeat that again? Just saying, Brother Cash caring about situations heavily. The things which thou hast seen, the things which are, the things which shall be. The secrets of the Lord are with them that fear him. Psalms 25:14. Through faith we understand that the world we frame by our word of the Supreme. The reason why I use the name Supreme is not to offend anyone's religion, but I will say God. God being the supreme of any and everything that has and has not existed, for God is the only true God, and there's no other before him. God that shall put before it was put. Remain from your false idols and return back into the bosom of God, for we all rest in his respiratory, as we all are to behold within our respiratories. The love for all and response to the greatness of love that God has shown us all. First, daylight appears. Second, the ferments. Third, earth and seas divided. Fourth, sun and moon appointed light holders. The fifth, the fish and the fowl. The sixth, the cattle and the creeping things, plus man. The seventh day, the Sabbath for the rest of God to enjoy his beautiful creation. Philippians 4 and 13. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Fairness of the universe, in my opinion, to treat or behave without favoritism or discrimination. Therefore, we must look at the balance once again of creation, domination, and chaos of destruction. To be favorable is to have the favor of that or those of the elements that surround. The discrimination set forth from the chaos is the opposite. We are as Masons not to pass judgment, but to show brotherly and sisterly love according to the actions taken by others. Therefore, if one chooses to cause harm, expect that harm to come back within the subject or non-subject of the harmness itself that was caused. Think about it. That shows no discrimination, but only behavior of the two that goes one or the other way in creation, domination, and empowerment of its function of life, that is. For the being of all existence, yet once again, It is only I, your brother Cash, caring about situations heavily. To the point this outs on my daily, but for the great of all in our endeavors on a daily. So the question becomes, are you judgmental or non-judgmental with our existence and the others that also exist, as we all exist and or have existed, i.e. the ancestors and beyond, from beyond to infinite, which will recirculate. Not only as the seasons does the same, our beloved Mother Earth, as she supplies the same, from the outer to the inner, from the inner to the outer. Does that make sense? If you were to be void, therefore, is that also a matter which it moves without discrimination or favoritism? Black hole, y'all. That's a black hole, y'all. If we're talking consideration, the respect, the responsibility, the leadership, and the truth that it endures for the balance of the universe itself. So, life does matter, and you see what I say within those phrases. Can you hear what I'm saying with my phrases? Or are my phrases of not your pleasure? I'm just saying. This is I, that exists in the now, Brother Cash, caring about situations heavily. To look inside is to know, but yet not to look inside is not to know. To understand what is inside. Every time it makes a mindful individual or an element craving, meaning seeking to be sought free from bias and injustice, equality of being fair in the conditions of the state itself of the elements or elements, therefore proceed. The equality that's meaning treating any and all the same. Hence, once again, the fairness of the universe without showing discrimination, while yet at the same time having tolerance for the diverse understanding of the two. Does that make sense to you? It makes sense to me. Am I enlightening you to see the sense that I am truly bringing forth with what I'm saying, or what I'm saying isn't bringing the truth that you seek forth? Only you can answer that. I can't. Truthfully, under the enlightenment of my understanding, in which I am performing this great work at this present moment in time, not only in existence of my life, but also for yours. And this is only I, Brother Cash's opinion. If you will only bow yourself to the listening ear, to the all-seeing eye that appears. Therefore, your fairness will always endure, whether we are to be a true beacon or a martyr of truth. There is nothing higher than truth, which is so universally creative and chaotic. As a Mason, I myself encourage mutual respect and phenomenal behavior amongst others and ourselves, so that we can be that for others, not only with our actions, which is the outer, but having the resources, which are the inners. Yeah, once again, I say this is your brother opinion, Cash, because an unsettled mind is a helpless mind. Indecisiveness makes an unsettled mind. Let's talk. This is only Brother Cash, caring about situations heavily and soberly, just the opinion thereof. Most individuals lack the willpower to reach decisions promptly and to stand by them after they have been made, even during normal business conditions and in daily lives. To overcome this in any manner is to be prompt and firm in your decisions. Only you can do this for yourself. No one else can do this for you, so stop being lazy to do your own work of persistence. We do not worry over conditions once we have reached a decision to follow a definite line of action. Therefore, the mental is a reality, and the reality is a mental. What do you push for? Use it wisely. Do your character so others may see you as well. that vibration of great will show vibrations gratefully with greatness, as of ill will show the same subconsciously. Please be aware of your thoughts in general. The evidence of success will come through your impulses. You control your own mind if you choose to do so. Feed yourself constructively to use the privilege of its responsibility by example. My brothers and sisters, I speak of this to all Masons and non-Masons to be better, not to be influenced by any negativity. Use your Tyler for its job. Wholehearted, you will endure the power of progressive power. Poison none with knowledge of mental attitude of negativity. The knowledge of there being a mental mind state. Recognize that you are put in a constant use to think and act for yourself. Observe your mind to soar to the highest level of stimulation possible. Experience of meditation will give you the answers needed to possess those great powers and insights to overthrow discouragement, fear, and or mainly procrastination. To freely free yourself from all imaginations of negativity towards you as a person, understand that even if you treat others well, they may not return the gratitude in which you give. So therefore, my philosophy may or may not work with all, but at least you know one that's willing to say it for righteousness' sake. To the law of recognition by the characteristics being the workable knowledge is for everyone to use, but everyone doesn't put it into action, the knowledge itself to become workable. No one can create nothing which does not first conceive in the form of an impulse, meaning the thoughts. Do not allow to be moved from whom you are as a divine, natural, or in nature of a natural person. Understanding as greatness knows of you soulfully, meaning spiritually, all evil knows of you. It is your test, and it is their test of being evil. Know the ledge of yourself and understand the evil ways of themselves. The lack of the lead to desire the know. Stay calm in the midst of evil, for they can and will not make it upon the greatness you possess. Fear none, for you the righteousness have this power, not to give unto the evilness that dwells. A idle mouth will be destructive, but a non-idle mouth shall keep the peace within. This is Brother Cass yet again. And I would like to thank y'all for experiencing A Vision of I View Volume 2.